Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel Student Chopal. I hope you all are doing best. This is the third part of CBI APP exam 2017. Part 1 and part 2 already uploaded on the channel. If you did not watch part 1 and part 2, go and watch them first. Before starting the video, I request to all of you, please subscribe the channel, hit the like button and comment your feedback. In previous two videos, we discussed total 60 questions and now we are starting from the question number 61. Question number 61 is, which one of the following statement does not attract the general exceptions mentioned in the chapter 4 of the Indian Penal Code 1860? Option A, order issued by a judge for the execution of a sentence of death. Option B, act of a child below the age of 7 years. Option C, voluntary intoxication. Option D, act of a person of unsound mind. And correct option number C, voluntary intoxication. Next, question number 62. Under which one of the following sections of the Indian Penal Code 1860 it is an offence to voluntarily omit to supply the needs and wants of a helpless person for whom the person is bound by a lawful contract? Option A, section 296. Option B, section 468. Option C, section 491. Option D, section 508. And correct option number C, section 491. Next, question number 63. Plea of alibi. Rule of evidence is recognized in which one of the following sections of the Indian Evidence Act 1872? Option A, section 9. Option B, section 10. Option B, section 11. And option D, section 12. And correct option number C, section 11. Next, question number 64. Which one of the following declaration is not correct with respect to the rule of res gesti? Option A, must relate to the act which is in issue or relevant. Option B, must relate to and explain the accompanying facts. Option C, must be independent fact previous or subsequent not relating to the transaction. Option D, must be substantially contemporaneous with the facts. And correct option number C, must be independent facts previous or subsequent not relating to the transaction. Next, question number 65. The best evidence rule excludes secondary evidence of document if option A, originals are available. Option B, originals are not available. Option C, circumstantial evidence exists. Option D, oral evidence is given in the case. And the correct option number A, originals are available. Next, question number 66. Fact in issue is defined under the Indian Evidence Act 1872 that includes any fact from which either by itself or in connection with other facts the existence, non-existence, nature or extent of any right, liability or disability asserted or denied in any suit or proceeding necessarily follows. In a case where A is accused of murder, which one of the following fact is not a fact in issue? Option A, that A caused the murder. Option B, that A intentionally caused the murder. Option C, that A was too poor. Option D, that A was incapable of knowing the nature of his act due to unsoundness of mind. And correct option number C, that A was too poor. Next, question number 67. Dying declaration under section 32 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872 is an exception to the rule of option A, direct evidence. Option B, hearsay. Option C, admission. Option D, estoppel. And correct option number B, hearsay. Next, question number 68. Under the provisions of the Indian Evidence Act 1872, shall presume means option A. Presumption of law as well as irrebuttable presumption. Presumption of law as well as rebuttable presumption. Option C. Presumption of fact as well as irrebuttable presumption. Option D. Presumption of fact as well as rebuttable presumption. And correct option number B. Presumption of law as well as rebuttable presumption. Next, question number 69. Which one of the following is a presumption under section 112 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872? Option A. Abatement of suicide by a married woman. Option B. Legitimacy of a child. Option C. Dowry death. Option D. Absence of consent in certain prosecutions for rape. And correct option number B. Legitimacy of a child. Next, question number 70. Which one of the following statement with regards of dying declaration is not correct? Option A. A dying declaration can be the sole basis of conviction if it inspires the full confidence of the court. Option B. Where the court is satisfied that the declaration is true and voluntary, it can be based its conviction without any further corroboration. Option C. A dying declaration given to a close relative shall be the sole evidence for conviction of the accused. Option D. Where dying declaration is suspicious, it should not be acted upon without corroborative evidence. And correct option number C. A dying declaration given to a close relative shall be the sole evidence for conviction of the accused. Next, question number 71. Section 113B of the Indian Evidence Act 1872 deals with option A. Conclusive proof of legitimacy of birth of a child. Option B. Presumption as to abatement of suicide by a married woman. Option C. Presumption as to dowry death. Option D. Presumption as to certified copies of foreign judicial record. And correct option number C. Presumption as to dowry death. Next, question number 72. Which one of the following statements about test identification parade TIP is not correct? Option A. TIP is a piece of substantive evidence. Option B. TIP can be used by the court for the purpose of corroboration. Option C. TIP can be held only when the accused are not previously known to the witness. Option D. TIP should be conducted immediately after the arrest of the accused. And correct option number A. TIP is a piece of substantive evidence. And next, question number 73. Which one of the following is not secondary evidence? Option A. Copy made from original by mechanical process. Option B. Certified copy of a public document. Option C. Oral account of the contents of a document given by a person who has himself seen it. Option D. A copy transcribed from a copy but not compared with the original. And correct option number D. A copy transcribed from a copy but not compared with the original. Next, question number 74. Section 27 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872 permits the use of discovery evidence, which lays down strictly as to how much of the information contained in the statement of the accused is made admissible, and which one of the following information is relevant under this section. Option A. That relates to only the place of occurrence. Option B. That relates to the nature of the object. Option C. That relates to the past user of the object. Option D. Information given by the accused as relates distinctly to the fact thereby discovered. And correct option number D. Information given by the accused as relates distinctly to the fact thereby discovered. Next, question number 75. A confession is admissible if it is made by the accused to option A, any metropolitan magistrate or a judicial magistrate while he is in the custody of a police officer. Option B, his friend while he is in custody of a police officer. Option C, a doctor while he is in the custody of a police officer. Option D, a financial advisor under the inducement for the good to his property. And correct option number A, any metropolitan magistrate or a judicial magistrate while he is in the custody of a police officer. Next, question number 76. A witness who is unable to speak may give his evidence in any other manner in which he can make it intelligible, as by writing or by sign. But such writings must be written and the sign made in open court. Evidence so given shall be deemed to be option A, documentary evidence, option B, hearsay evidence, option C, oral evidence, option D, real evidence. And correct option number C, oral evidence. Next, question number 77. Which one of the following is not included in the functions and powers of the Central Vigilance Commission? And correct option number C, inquiry into any complaint against any officer of the central government. Next, question number 78. Who among the following is not a part of a committee which recommends the name for the appointment of Central Vigilance Commissioner? Option A, Prime Minister. Option B, Chief Justice of India or a judge of the Supreme Court nominated by him. Option C, Union Minister for Home Affairs. Option D, the leader of the opposition in the House of the People. And correct option number B, Chief Justice of India or a judge of the Supreme Court nominated by him. Next, question number 79. The Central Vigilance Commissioner may be removed from his office only if he, and correct option number D, 1, 2 and 3. One is engage in any paid employment outside the duties of his office, and option B, 2, becomes interested in any contract made on behalf of government of the India and any inquiry has found him guilty by the Supreme Court, and third is has been convicted of an offense involving moral turpitude. And all of the correct. Next, question number 80. Which one of the following statements is correct about Central Vigilance Commissioner? Option A, he is a public servant within the meaning of section 21 of IPC. Option B, he is a judge within the meaning of section 19 of IPC. Option C, he is a court of justice within the meaning of section 20 of IPC. Option D, he is appointed by the President on the recommendation of a committee consisting of a Prime Minister, Minister of Law and Justice, and the leader of opposition in the House of People. And correct option number A, he is public servant within the meaning of section 21 of IPC. Next, question number 81. Which of the following statement about the proceedings of the Central Vigilance Commission are correct? And correct option number C, 1, 2 and 3. One is all proceedings shall be conducted as at its headquarters. 2 is no proceedings shall be invalid merely by reason of vacancy in the commission. And third is no proceedings shall be invalid merely by reason of defect in the appointment of Central Vigilance Commissioner. All is correct. 82. Question number 82. The Central Vigilance Commission was established based on the recommendation made by option A, Raja Mannar Commission, option B, Sarkaria Commission, Option C, Venkatachalya Commission. Option D, Santhanam Committee. And correct option number D, Santhanam Committee. Next, question number 83. Who among the following can be appointed as the Central Vigilance Commissioner and the Vigilance Commissioners? And the correct option number C, 1 and 3. One who have been or in an All India service, and third is who have been or in any civil service of the Union having knowledge and experience in the matters relating to vigilance, policy making, and administration, including police administration. Next, question number 84. Proceedings before the Central Vigilance Commission under Central Vigilance Commission Act 2003 shall be deemed to be option A, administrative, option B, judicial, option C, quasi-judicial, option D, executive. And correct option number B, judicial. Next, question number 85. What is the term of office for the Central Vigilance Commissioner? Option A, 4 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. Option B, 3 years or 62 years of age, whichever is earlier. Option C, 5 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. Option D, 4 years or 62 years of age, whichever is earlier. And correct option number A, 4 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. Next, question number 86. Which one of the following statement is not correct? Option A, Central Vigilance Commission is empowered to review the progress of application pending with the competent authorities for section of prosecutions under the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Option B, Central Vigilance Commission has all powers of a civil court while conducting an inquiry referred to in clause C and D of subsection 1 of section 8. Option C, Central Vigilance Commission exercises superintendence over the functioning of the Delhi Special Police Establishment in all cases of investigations of offences under the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Option D, all appointment in Central Vigilance Commission can be made by the Parliament. And correct option number D, all appointment in Central Vigilance Commission can be made by the Parliament. Next, question number 87. Under the Information Technology Act 2000, what is the punishment prescribed on first conviction for publishing or transmitting of material depicting children in sexually explicit act, etc., in electronic form? Option A, imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 5 years and with fine which may extend to 10 lakh, and imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years and with fine which may extend to 10 lakh, imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 3 years and with fine which may extend to 10 lakh, and option D, imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 3 years and with fine which may extend to 5 lakh. And correct option number A, imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 5 years and with fine which may extend to 10 lakh. Next, question number 88. Which one of the following statement with regards to superintendence of Delhi Special Police Establishment is correct? Option A, the superintendence of the Delhi Special Police Establishment vests in the Central Vigilance Commission. Option B, the superintendence of the Delhi Special Police Establishment vests in the central government. Option C, the powers of the Central Vigilance Commission over Delhi Special Police Establishment extends only to investigation of offences committed under the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Option D. The Superintendent of the Delhi Special Police Establishment West India Director, Central Bureau of Investigation. And correct option number C. The power of the Central Vigilance Commission over Delhi Special Police Establishment Act extended only to investigation of offences committed under the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Next, question number 89. The power of Central Bureau of Investigation to investigate case is derived from option A. Central Vigilance Commission Act 2003. Option B. Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1946. Option C. Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Option D. Code of Criminal Procedure 1973. Correct option is option number B. Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1946. Next, question number 90. The Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1946 extends to the territory of option A. Delhi Metropolitan Area, option B. National Capital Region Delhi, option C. Whole of India, option D. Whole of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Correct option number C. Whole of India. Enough for today, guys. Next and last part of the CBI APP 2017 paper will be uploaded soon. Stay connected with the channel and thanks for watching.